Welcome to Seattle Seahawks franchise episode number 15. Big game in the NFC West. Here in the 2016 regular season, both teams coming in at 7-7, tied for first place in the NFC West, looking for that one and only playoff bid that will go to the champion of that division. Russell Wilson and the Seahawks hosting Arizona. Carson Palmer over the middle finds Larry Fitzgerald, who pivots and gets across midfield into Seattle territory. Huge game on the season for both of these teams. Pump fake by Carson Palmer. He finds Jermaine Gresham over the middle. And Gresham is taken down after a nice pickup down to the Seattle 24-yard line. David Johnson now punches it in on the left side for the first touchdown of the game. And the Cardinals jump out to an early 7-0 lead over Seattle. On the first possession of the game, Russell Wilson trying to get the troops ready as the Seahawks get their chance here. Over to the right side, Wilson finds Luke Wilson down the sideline. He is into Arizona territory, down just about to the 30-yard line there for Seattle. Seahawks would settle for a Steven Hauschka field goal on that possession, cutting the Arizona lead to 7-3. Carson Palmer now over the middle finds Brown for the first down inside the 10 for first and goal. Play action, no, not play action. They give it to David Johnson, who is stopped in the backfield by the Seahawks. And Arizona would have to settle for a Cannizzaro field goal there, as they take a 10-3 lead in the first quarter with 4:40 remaining. Russell Wilson in shotgun to the left side to Thomas Rawls. He fumbles the football, and it is eventually going to be picked up here by Arizona at the Seattle 35-yard line. Arizona with a chance to lengthen their lead out. Nice spin move by Johnson, and he is dragged down at about the 5-yard line. And that brings us to the end of quarter number one, as the Cardinals punch it in right there. They lead at 17-3 at the end of the first quarter. Cardinals jumping out to a big lead, and the Seahawks seeing their playoff hopes start to dwindle a little bit here. Larry Fitzgerald over the middle from Carson Palmer makes the catch. Lots of cushion there over the middle. That sets up another Cannizzaro field goal, putting Arizona up 20-3 with 8:47 to go in the second quarter. Carson Palmer now. Play action, going deep down the right side, and it is tipped and picked off by Richard Sherman. Sherman out past the 20-yard line to the 24. Seahawks have it, down by 17. Russell Wilson spins, throws over the middle to Tyler Lockett. Lockett stays on his feet and gets down inside the 20. Nice improvisation by Russell Wilson. And look at Lockett, stay on his feet here, is not touched by anybody, and manages to get back up and gain a few extra yards. Russell Wilson hands to Thomas Rawls over the left side. Rawls heading towards the end zone, and he is knocked out of bounds at about the 3-yard line, but it's first and goal. Next play, Kristen Michael punches it in on the right side for the touchdown, and the Seahawks cut the lead to 20-10. Here's Russell Wilson now, just before half. To the left side to Baldwin. Baldwin gets out of bounds with 11 seconds to go. They are at the Arizona 48-yard line. Russell Wilson now, throwing deep over the middle. He is going to find Jimmy Graham, who makes the catch down to the 4. The Seahawks get the timeout, and they will put a field goal on the board to make this a one-possession game at the break. And Seattle will get the ball to start the second half. So what looked like a very bad situation for the Seahawks is now looking more manageable. At halftime, it is 20-13 here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Third quarter action now. Tyler Lockett on the screen pass puts a move on Tyrann Mathieu and manages to get a few extra yards there. A good start for the Seahawks in the second half. Russell Wilson now throwing one down the left side, and Doug Baldwin is there, and he is going to make the catch and go in for the touchdown. And all of a sudden, the Seahawks have come back from down 20-3 to tie this game up at 20. Here in the third quarter, Doug Baldwin down the left sideline, wide open, and nobody catches him for the touchdown for Seattle. Here comes Arizona. We've got a brand new ball game now. Michael Bennett pulls Carson Palmer down in the backfield. David Johnson, though, driving down the left side. Big hole, one man to beat. And Chancellor can't run him down. A touchdown for Arizona on the run. And at the end of the third, it's 27-20 in favor of Arizona. And Cannizzaro would add a field goal here to make the lead 30-20. Here is Jimmy Graham on the left side, and now Russell Wilson over the middle to Baldwin into the end zone for the touchdown, and that is going to cut the lead to 30-27 with 6 minutes to go in the game. Seahawks still alive here in the race for the NFC West Division. Nice pitch and catch from Russell Wilson to Doug Baldwin in the end zone. 5.5 minutes to go now. Carson Palmer dropped by Cam Chancellor on the safety blitz. His first sack of the game. He has 8 tackles. 6 seconds to go in the game now. Over the middle to Jimmy Graham. It is 30-27 still. And the Seahawks managed to get a timeout with 1 second. And Stephen Hauschka tacks on a field goal there to tie the game up at 30. And we're headed to overtime here in Seattle with the NFC West Division lead on the line. All tied up at 30. David Johnson around the right side. He is stuffed in the backfield. Arizona would not score on that overtime possession. Thomas Rawls now on the left side, and he powers his way after he runs over Tyrann Mathieu. Powers his way to the first down. Here's Rawls again. And Rawls once again. Off to the right side, down inside the 30 to about the 24-yard line. Thomas Rawls putting Seattle in position to win this game with a Stephen Hauschka field goal. Tied at 30 as he gets ready to win the game for the Seahawks, and he splits the uprights, and Seattle escapes with a 33-30 victory over Arizona. They improve to 8-7 and take over first place in the NFC West, actually in a tie with the Los Angeles Rams. Arizona will play the Rams next week, so next week the Seahawks need the Rams to beat Arizona to help them, or the Arizona